Hello, everyone. Today is May 25th, 2025, and this is just the daily update of what's going on in my life. So, I guess the first news is my unemployment still has not processed. Still waiting on my unemployment. I filed my weekly claim today because Sunday is the first day for their week. The first day for their week. So early this morning, I filed my claim, for the previous week. So now I have 2 weeks pending, of which they should give me unemployment. And we actually, my family and I went to Walmart the other day, or yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. And I saw a couple people from my work, and they said the same thing, that they were having problems with unemployment. I don't know if it was the same problems or whatever, but they're having problems with unemployment as well. And so, I don't know what's going on with them. So what I'm going to do, today's Sunday, it's the weekend, and tomorrow is Memorial Day. It's a holiday in the United States. And so they're not going to be open tomorrow either. So on Tuesday, I'm going to call them and see if I can get to the bottom of this, see if I could, speed up this process, something. Because this is ridiculous. It's been over 2 weeks since I submitted all my information for unemployment, so I should have got it in. I should be getting my payments already, and I'm not. So that's frustrating. Very frustrating. So that's the case for that. As far as my job, this whole week, again, not scheduled. We're still in shutdown, again, all the way to through June 10th. So June 11th should be our first day. And I stopped by my work today and I checked the whole schedule for tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. No work yet. Sunday was not posted yet because today is Sunday, so they generally only do 1 week in advance. But all the way through until next Saturday, I have still no work, which sucks. I will get a little bit of money for my job for tomorrow because tomorrow is Memorial Day, and we do, I believe we get holiday pay for Memorial Day. So I'll get 8 hours of pay for tomorrow, but I won't get that until the following week. The irony with that is that the check that lands on, it's past the first of the month. And that's when my union dues come out. So my job is, I'm a union employee. There's a union or whatever at my job. And there's a cat staring at me. We're union. And so they take out union dues every month. Your first check of the month, they take out your union dues. And so a large chunk of the money that I'm going to get for the Memorial Day, they're just going to take from my union dues because it just happens to land on, the first check of the month. And so it's dumb. It's dumb, so I'll get holiday pay tomorrow. Even though I'm not working, I'll get holiday pay for the following paycheck. But then the union dues are going to come out, and so it'll be less money. So still no hours. Just trying to get through this stupid shutdown. It's kind of a catch-22 because obviously it's nice not having to go to work, but not when you're not getting paid. If I was getting my unemployment and that was running smoothly, then I would just look at this like a little vacation. Hey, I get a month off. I'll get some unemployment, even though it's not, what I normally, how much money I normally get. It's like, well, whatever. Take a little cut, take a month off, and enjoy it. But that's not the case because the stupid unemployment's not giving me my money. And so this is not a vacation. It's like, it sucks. And, I had to come on here and beg you guys for money and, just trying to scramble to just pay for everything. And so it's frustrating. Yeah. So, this could have been a nice, somewhat peaceful month if unemployment did their part. But of course not. Of course not. Okay, so that's the news for that. So no unemployment yet, no hours still for working. the other news today, it's not really news, but something that we did today. We went to the local library here because I wanted to print out some forms. This is fun for me. The forms that I printed out are pardon forms for the state of California. So for those of you who've watched my channel for a long time, you know that I've been locked up before, and so, this was in 2000, the year 2000, I've been locked up before, and so obviously committed crime. And but you in the United States, if you committed crime, you have ability to petition for a pardon either to the governor or to the president if it's a federal crime. And so my crime happened in the state of California, and so I printed out the forms, and I'm going to petition to the governor of California and ask for a pardon. And the purpose of that is if the pardon is, if a pardon is granted, then it's like you never, I want to say it's like you never committed the crime. You could kind of say on, like, when you go to fill out an application, or in some states for gun rights, when you go to fill out the form, it says, oh, have you been convicted of a felony? But if you have a pardon, you could honestly say no, that you have not been convicted of that felony. If you've been pardoned. And there's other ways too. Like if you have your civil rights restored, and or if you had your felony expunged, and there's a few different ways to where you're technically like not considered, basically not considered a felon anymore, or a criminal, or whatever you want to call it. So that's kind of the point of a pardon. So I got the papers today, I filled them out, but again, it's the weekend, tomorrow's Memorial Day, so no mail is going out. So I filled out the forms, I'll put them in an envelope, and I'll send them out on Tuesday. And so that's good. I'm trying. Basically I'm trying to move past that stage in my life. I don't even live in California anymore. And so I'm a completely different person, I believe so. And so basically I'm applying for a pardon. And so wish me luck on that. But the process takes a long time. It could take years. They don't even have to grant the pardon. He could just say no. And so it's not like because you apply for a pardon that it's automatic. I like I said, I filled the forms. I'll send in the mail. It'll go to California and to the governor's office and see what he says. And so I'll keep you guys informed of that if I hear anything. But I'm pretty sure, even after I send it, it gets there, it's gonna be, minimum months before, you got to understand, California is a really populated state, so there's a lot of people, a lot of criminals, a lot of ex-criminals. There's a lot of people applying for pardons. There's 40 million people in California, and so I'm just throwing my papers into a big old pile, basically, and whenever the governor and his people get around to it, that's when they get around to it. So yeah, literally it's going to be minimum of months before I hear anything, if not a year or more, if ever. He could just decline it or whatever. If he feels that I'm not rehabilitated or whatever decision he wants to make. So yeah, so we did that today. We went to the local library here in Quincy, Washington. The library is really nice, actually, by the way. And the people there are really nice. I went in there and I was like, oh, can I print out some forms? They said, yeah, no problem. Do you have a library card? No, I don't. Oh, okay, well, it just charges you per copy. I think they charge 10 cents per copy, and it was 4 pages, something like that. So like 40 cents. So yeah, so they're really nice, and they helped me out with that. And yeah, see what happens. So that is pretty much all what's going on. It's getting hot here in Central Washington. We're getting to summertime. So June, July, August are going to be hot. September is going to be, back and forth between hot and starting to cool down. But yeah, we're coming upon the 3 months of 3 months of heat here in the northern hemisphere, in Washington State. So that's what's going on. Summer's coming. It's going to be hot. Whereas if you happen to be watching on the other side of the planet, if you happen to be watching from Australia, or I don't know what's in South America, Argentina, Chile, all those places, you guys are getting into winter right now. As we're getting into summer, you guys are getting into winter, and so you're preparing for that. I'm presuming, and so yeah, so that's what's going on. That's what's going on. That's the update today. As always, there's a PayPal link on my channel page. If anyone would like to help support the channel, help me and my family, it's always appreciated. We always could use whatever anyone wants to give. I even been lately putting my PayPal link in the description, but yeah, the PayPal link is always on my channel page. If anyone would like to donate, it helps tremendously. It helps tremendously. It keeps us going. It allows me to do videos. It allows us to eat and do everything else. So thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. And I'll see you guys next video.